Next installment of the Rum Rebellion, and we're up to Monday, 28th of December. I am to go with my uncle to deliver the petition. I am to meet the governor and be received at Government House. When my uncle told me, I wanted to say, "No, take Georgie," but my uncle said I was old enough to know the world and how it worked. He said the governor would be pleased to meet a new young settler. I held my tongue about my plans to return. Ellen says that there are those who say this governor has a temper more foul than any other sea captain that ever sailed a ship. Georgie overheard her when she said this and piped up, "If the governor swears, then it must be all right for us to swear too." He had fallen over early in the morning and blood poured from his cut knee. Damn was what he said, and my aunt had scolded him and said if she heard that language again he would get a whipping. She said that there was no excuse for bad language, but the governor by his actions had shown himself a true friend of the settler, and she says he's one of the greatest of all navigators, but she had no time to explain that. Ellen is very fond of the dog. I cannot call it mine. Today she cut a juicy piece from the leg of mutton and gave it to me to give to him. I could not go near him, and gave the meat to Georgie, who looked at me strangely. Ellen is exasperated that I will not play with him, and still have not named him. She keeps suggesting names. Towser and Rover are her favourites. I plucked up courage today and asked her if she thought I should ask my uncle about the boy and girl I saw at church, if I could ever see them again. She shook her head and said that convict or convict's child made no difference. It was all the same to my aunt and uncle. She'd heard him say that no convict would ever sit with him at his table, and the same would apply to their children and to his. She cut me a thick piece of bread and slapped on it some of her newly made butter. It was delicious. And that ends that installment for the Rum Rebellion.